Today's video is sponsored by Game Nerds, the best place to buy all your sealed Digimon product, as well as other trading card games and for all your general gaming needs. And also by Inked Gaming, the best place to get your own custom playmats printed with the highest quality around. Links are in the description. What's going on, Tamers, and what's going on, YouTube? This is your Week 7 champion, Adachi, for the Tamers Battle League with his Belphemon deck profile. Adachi, take it away.
All right, so Belphemon I think is a pretty solved deck list, but we'll show off what I've got. I think 4 Demi-Mare is a must-have. Just lets you fill up and get rid of exactly what you want. I know there's a mill variant as well, but I think I prefer this, especially in the slower matchups, just because if you mill out too many cards, it'll be a lot easier for you to deck out. So we've got 2 Gazi. And then we've got 2 Psychs for Floodgates. I think these are like must-haves in any purple deck. You know, this will stop a Dex when you go wide, and then Gazi will help stop, as we saw earlier, like Quartzmon. Oh, then we have 3 Fascos. This was at 4 before, but I cut it so I could fit in 1 card later on. Fasco is really good if you can actually get the inherits at the end of your opponent's turn. If you don't have the Kurata in play, you can guarantee being able to trash a card at the end of your opponent's turn, so that way you can trigger Asta if you don't see the Tamer. Otherwise, the on deletion just inherently is really good, so that way you can cycle 2 more cards early on. And then the absolute must, we've got 4 of the Proto Giz, 4 of the Gizmon AT, and then somewhere in here we have 4 of the Gizmon XT. Not much needs to be said here. These are the core engine of the deck, and I think is what makes it really unique and really fun. We've got 1 Devi. This is to trigger off of Asta, so you have a blocker. I think Porcupa is really good too to help you fill up trash more. But I like Devi as well, just for the 1-cost depot. If you want to get into an Asta, and you can do some shenanigans with like the limited Eismon, which is also at a 1-of. It's too good. If this ever got unrestricted, this deck would be even more insane.
I was telling Dan that.
Yeah, it really just takes games by surprise. And then, of course, we got 4 Scatter Modes, help you fill up trash early. Just a really good early tempo card. Must-have 4 Astas, incredible effect for the Inheritable, as well as just cheating out your Belphemons real easy. And then the other must, you gotta have 4 rage modes, you gotta have 4 sleep modes. You never know when you're just not gonna see what you need, and these guys need to hit trash as soon as possible. And then I would love to fit more in here, but 2 Nidhogs. Again, this is just something that'll catch people by surprise. If they aren't ready for it, you can really, you know, if they're calculating all their moves and trying to see how much memory they have, and you can really mess them up if you are able to get these off on any deletions or end of turn trashing. The 1-of Zwart, another amazing card. This one's thanks to Mythios after he whooped me with this one. Yeah, it just lets you it lets you pull off the Asta combo out of nowhere. If this isn't answered, you know, he's a big boy swinging. He'll most likely have another Asta underneath him, so you'll get effectively 2 Astas by playing this out, as well as helping mill your deck out. He's a little rough though if you're playing a slower matchup, because he does speed up your decking out capabilities. 3 Kurata. I'd love to run him at 4, but sometimes you don't always want to see too many of him, because again, issues are slower decks. He'll definitely lose you some games. I've lost against that con decking out with Kurata, and I lost against Bloom as well, decking myself out and not counting cards. We got 1 Calling. Again, another amazing card. Help you cycle out really anything you need. Sleep mode, rage mode, Asta, anything. Incredible card. Sometimes hard to get off, but absolutely necessary. 2 of the Gift of Darkness options. Another one that is really, really good because you have very specific removal. Like Kurata can take out a level 6 specifically, and then this is going to help you get your answer to anything bigger. You know, burst modes now, Quartz, Dex, a lot of those things. 2 Underworld Call. I like these guys early on to help cycle the deck more. Trashing from hand, so you can see your pieces more often. And then just being able to play them as well is real nice early on if you can, you know, be memory efficient, get out like an Eismon, help you cycle, get out your Belphemons faster. And then 2 Mist. I was debating between Purple Memory Boost and Mist. I think Mist is better, just because it'll help you, again, cycle through your deck, fill up trash more. Although purple could potentially be pretty good, but you might also accidentally throw away some pieces you really want. And that's it.
Word. So only 4 eggs. Do you never feel that you go through all 5?
I definitely do. I definitely do in the slower, especially like setcom matchups. I definitely could consider throwing in a 5th egg.
Yeah,
But so far it hasn't hurt me too much, I don't think.
I was debating on that because I was wondering what your 5th egg choice would be, just for flavor.
I think by the time I get to my 5th egg, usually it is in like those really slow setcom matchups, and I don't even really want to cycle my deck anymore at that point.
Right.
But it definitely could come up that I should run a 5th egg, so that way at least I have the choice. Yeah. Right.
Okay. So, and we're at a total of what? 2, 4, 7 Digivolvable rookies, and then the 4 proto. What did you cut the Phascomon for?
No, I cut for the Zwart. Originally, I wasn't running it, and then I saw some situations like on board state when I didn't have it in, where I was like, man, if I really just had a Zwart right now, that would actually be kind of crazy.
Word. Okay. And then of course you gotta love your Psychmon, Gazimon, Floodgate combos, because why not?
Oh yeah, absolutely amazing. Of course, it does kind of hurt you if you get them out too early. Like a Blue Flare matchup is pretty rough. Keep getting this guy out early. You can't reduce your Gizmons, but at the same time, it's kind of the payoff that you need to do.
You have 4 scatter. You got your 1 eyes, Gizu package, and then your option lineup. Have you considered a 3rd Gift of Darkness? Just curious.
I have. I just don't think there's enough deck space for it. I don't really know what I would cut. Devimon has definitely come up and saved me games. Eismon's incredible. I could potentially cut another scatter, but
I was thinking that. I was thinking cutting a scatter is a move, just because you can recur them so much. And since you run the Underworlds, it might be helpful. I'm also on your train that I think running 3 Kurata is the wave, because you're right. Like, once you see it once, it's kind of all you need. You can kind of cycle it in a way. But also just because, like you said, deck space is so tight.
Yeah, I think that would be like a completely good choice, though, to get rid of Scatter for another Gift of Darkness, because this you do sometimes just in some matchups really do need to see the option.
And also just because, like, you know, with Calling being hit to 1, I mean, this is the perfect example of a deck that if Calling wasn't hit and if that Eismon wasn't hit, it could potentially be. I'm not gonna sit here and say it could be the best deck in the format, but it definitely would be one of the most feared decks, possibly even more than ShineGrey, just because of how much you could recur pieces. It's like, okay, cool, Digivolve Sleep Mode, and then I'll recycle it off the Digimon that I play off of Ostamon, and then I'll go back into Sleep Mode. And then with Eismon, I mean, that's just easy Belphemon. It's no shot.
Yeah. I mean, if Eismon weren't hit already, he would have gotten hit here.
Yeah, this would have been the deck that made him get hit for sure. I always thought that card was stupid. Like, this is the deck that it honestly makes me think, like, I used to say Eismon could be a hard once per turn, you know, if you could only spit out once when you discard it. But, like, can you imagine Belphemon being able to do that on 4 consistent turns? Like, it's a card that should probably stay. It should probably stay permanently. It's probably going to be one of those forever cards. And then Nidhogg, I agree. I think Nidhogg is just such a... It's exactly the reasons you described it. It steals turns, messes up game plans. I think it's just... I'm not going to say it's necessary, because I think everybody's deck list is different for sure. But for me, playing a purple deck where I just get to trash so much, it feels necessary for me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, do you think you ever struggled for memory?
I originally, when I first built the deck, I had Matt in here, and no, not really. Obviously, having 3 memory would be great, but I think you can still make so many plays happen off of just 1 with this deck.
Okay.
And yeah, there's a lot of being able to recycle Nidhogg or recycle any other cards you need. Everything you can get out fairly cheap. I guess it would just be up to the opponent whether or not they'd be able to choke you to 1 every single time, but even then, hard playing an Asta, putting him to 6 is just a power move in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Well, all right. Are there any changes that you're going to make going forward?
No, I think I like it where it is right now. I think I've done enough of the changes for now. I will definitely consider the Eismon for the Gift of Darkness, because it is so crucial to see.
Yeah, Gift of Darkness is just so good. It's deletion. I mean, granted, it only targets level 6 or higher, but even if you just, you know, get all your sleep modes out somehow, and then You're just like, all right, well, I'll just pay 6 to digivolve into sleep mode because why not? You know, just dumb.
Yeah, that was the card that I was digging for that I just wasn't seeing against Leppy to get rid of that last Jumbo Game just so I could
Yeah,
finish out the game.
I could tell that Jumbo was like, you're like, how am I gonna deal with this? Jumbo Shrimp Chessmon, I think is what we're calling that deck now.
It was amazing.
So yeah, that's it for Adachi's deck profile. If y'all want to check out the VOD, it'll at this point will already have been posted to YouTube. No, I lied. This deck profile goes up on Monday, and then the VOD is tomorrow. But you can also watch the VOD on Twitch. So if you want to get the sneak preview as you're watching this deck profile, you can check out the ending of the VOD and see the match that was played, Adachi versus Leppy, for what was essentially first place in Week 7 of the Tamers Battle League. Anyways, that is it for this deck profile. So Adachi, thank you very much, and congrats on your win. I'll reach out to you later.
Thanks, Barney.
All right. I hope y'all enjoyed this Belphemon deck profile. Week 8 of the Tamers Battle League is happening this Friday at August 4th. So jump in to go up against some good competition and experience the spice. Maybe bring some spice for yourself. All our links are in the description. So as always, be sure to join the Discord so that you know what's going on in the DigiGuard United space, and also follow us on Twitch so that you know when we go live with the Tamers Battle League. Here's a hint, it is every Friday at 7 p.m. So until we talk to you guys the next time, peace out.